Hello everyone, and welcome, or welcome back if you're returning. So, several days ago I made a video regarding Quentin Simon's grandfather, his accidental death. And I described what I saw in regards to what happened to Henry, and I also briefly described the area that I was seeing. Well, in the comments of my other Quentin video, someone suggested that when I'm describing certain areas that I should show that on Google Earth. Well, I wasn't able to get Google Earth to work properly with my current setup, but Google Maps works just fine, and I think that it'll be more than sufficient for this particular video. I've never used screen record before, so please bear with me, you guys, but let's just jump right into this. Okay, so I'm going to show you the area that we're looking at just so that you can tell what I'm talking about, what I'm referencing, and then I will explain to you the truly bizarre thing that happened to me. This area that we're seeing right here, this is the area where Henry Moss Sr. was found roughly. This is Highway 23. This is Claxton Road. And this is Brigham Landing Road. So the police had said that he was found between Claxton and Brigham Landing Road. They said here in the 9900 block, which would be right here. But this is not the area that I saw. I saw was a gas station. So you can see that right here, there's a little gas station. So I went and took a look at that really quick to see if that lined up in any way. And as I get closer, I can see that it is a brown building, like I described, and it's got the overhang here, you know, most gas stations do. But it doesn't really look like what I saw because there's this grassy area. I didn't really see much grass. Also, there's not a lot of gravel here next to the road, which I saw the car kind of skid out in some gravel. The gas station's too far away from the road for what I saw. You know, there's just a lot of trees and just a lot of vegetation that I did not see. So I thought, okay, this is kind of a big area between Claxton and Brigham Landing Road, so let's go see what else is here on the road. And right here next to Brigham Landing Road, you'll see that there is another gas station. So I went to check that out. And this actually really surprised me, you guys, because this awning right here, this overhang, this is exactly what I saw. Exactly. Obviously the footage is a little bit messed up right here. I don't know why it's glitching, but regardless, you can still see that, you know, obviously it's a solid awning and it looks exactly like what I saw. So if I go down the road here a little bit so we can get a little bit better view, here is the gravel area that I was talking about. So the vehicle was traveling this direction. Henry was walking this direction. The car veered over, struck Henry in this area, and then stopped right here. Okay, now this is where it gets weird. So I didn't describe the building initially because it kept changing shape during my vision. I could not understand it. So anyway, Google Maps has this feature where you can look at other times that the area was mapped. And this one has several. So you can see March 2008, the building looks very different. And this is somewhat similar to, like, I could see this shape here, like a long building, but it kept, you know, just kind of morphing. Like it kept getting these like peaked shapes on top. So a forward facing peak like this. But then, you know, so it would be long, this peak would show, and then it would be long again. So this building here is not quite the shape that I was seeing. So I looked forward to the next one, And it still looks relatively similar to the last picture that I just showed you, but it's a little bit more run down at that point. And I thought that the gas station was old. Like, it looked kind of run down to me. Well, then if you go forward to the next picture, this is where it really gets crazy. Look at this. This building had burned down in January of 2016. It was burnt down. And I definitely saw that. Like, I saw kind of a dilapidated, like, old looking building. January 2016. So then, you know, it's got all the gravel. It didn't have any pavement at that point. So then if you jump forward to now, July 2022, obviously it's been rebuilt. You know, the parking lot is mostly paved, but that gravel that I saw is still there. And now the building looks a little bit more like what I'd seen with that peak. So there you go, that's a better angle. See, it's got the forward facing peak, and it's still got pretty much the same length. Maybe it's a little bit bigger, but basically it looks, you know, all of those variations of how the building looked in the past, like the building was just, when I looked at it, it was just morphing between all of those buildings. It looked like the building that it was in the first place, then it looked a little bit run down, then it looked like the modern building. I'll show you guys again just so you can see here real quick. You don't have to back up the video, but there it is, 2012, you know, looking kind of run down and old. There it is in January 2016, burnt up, definitely looking dilapidated. And then, you know, of course, here it is today, July 2022. I have never had something like that happen. I've never had a vision where I looked at something, a building or anything else, and had it literally be changing shape. You know, just morphing, just like phasing. And maybe it's not weird. Maybe it happens to other people. I don't know. But the biggest reason I posted this video is because I want to know. I want you guys to tell me in the comments, has anything like this ever happened to anyone? Does anybody have any idea what in the heck is going on? One thing that I can say for sure is ever since I started this channel and actually started talking about the things that happened to me, which quite frankly, I was afraid to do because, one, I didn't want people to think I was crazy, and, well, two, I didn't want people to think I was crazy. So, you know, I was really hesitant to do this, but now that I've started talking about it, my gifts have just exploded. Just, you know, they have increased like 3 times. And, you know, even though, unfortunately, the subject is somewhat morbid at times, I'm actually very excited because nothing like this has ever happened to me before. And I'm happy that I'm sharing my gifts with everyone. And I'm also just so ecstatic by the way that you guys have been responding. So please let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think happened? Does anybody else have this happen? I really want to know. I really want to hear from you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.